transport layer protocol can be either connectionless or connection oriented. So what is connectionless and what is connection oriented? Connectionless mean without understanding between the sender and the receiver. That means the sender will not bother about the receiver. Simply, if it has any data and wants to transmit the data, simply it will transmit the data. So in connectionless, there is no acknowledgement also. The acknowledgement or feedback process is also not used in the connectionless services. So connection oriented mean before transmitting the data, the connection is established. The relation is established between the source and the destination. So that is called as connection oriented. Now, the transport layer protocol can be either connectionless or connection oriented. So what is connectionless and what is connection oriented? So connectionless protocol, that is a simple protocol, and based on the connectionless protocol, the protocol is used that is called UDP, user datagram protocol. That means user datagram protocol works based on the connectionless oriented connectionless services, connectionless protocol services. Next, TCP means it is a connection oriented protocol and it is a complex one. So because before transmitting the data, we need to establish a connections between the nodes. So that's why this is a complex one. So PDU segment. So in transport layer, the data is represented in the form of segments because in physical layer, the data is in the form of bits, and above to that physical layer, the data link layer will frame the data, means whatever the bits are taken, so those bits are framed, framing by using addresses, means header and the receiver's address, means that is called as MAC address of the source, and the destination address will be added to the bits. Now that data is transmitted to the network layer. So network layer, the data is in the form of packets. Now in transport layer, the data is in the form of segments. So either we called it as segment or we called it as PDU. What is PDU means? Protocol data unit. Protocol data unit. So that protocol data unit which is used in transport layer is called segments. In transport layer, a message is normally divided into transmittable segments because whatever the data is there, so that complete data is not transmitted directly to the receiver. So in transport layer, simply the data is divided into equal parts or variable parts. Those are called as segments, and those segments are of transmittable. Transmittable means easy to transmit from one node to the another node. So that is called as PDU segment. UDP treats each segment separately. So in transport layer, whatever the message is there. So for example, message is taken from the session layer. So in transport layer, it will be divided into segments. So segment 1, segment 2, segment 3, segment 4. If you combine all these segments, again you will get the original message. Now after dividing the segments, we will apply the either of the protocol, either UDP protocol or TCP protocol. So UDP treats each segment separately. So each segment is considering the independent one that will be considered in the UDP. And if you consider the TCP, it creates a relationship between the segments using sequence numbers. That means in UDP, it doesn't considering whether the packets are, means for example, if it is divided into 4 segments or 5 segments. So UDP is treating the segments separately. So first it will transmit this segment, or next it will transmit this segment, next it will transmit this segment. So like that, it will not follow any order, but TCP will create a relationship between these segments. So how it will create a segments? This is segment 1, segment 2, segment 3. So like that. That means sequentially the data is transmitted. So in UDP there is no case of feedback system. So randomly we will send the data. But here, TCP, it is a connection oriented. So based on the connection, that means before transmitting the data, it will establish a connection. So that's why whatever the segments are there, all the segments are related one by using sequence numbers. So for that particular sequence number, we will get the acknowledgement also. So what is connectionless transport layer? We'll see. A connectionless transport layer treats each segment as an independent packet and delivers it to the transport layer at destination mission. So we have the sender mission is there and we have the destination mission is there. Mission is nothing but our computer device or an electronic device. So we send a data from the sender to the destination. So what is the main functionality of this connectionless transport layer? So it treats each segment as a separate one. That means independent packets. So each independent packet is transmitted to the transport layer. Means here the transport layer of the sender will transmit each independent layers to the transport layer of the destination mission. The packets are not numbered because those are independent packets. We will not get any feedback for that one in UDP. So it is a connectionless, mean there is no connection is established between the source and destination. So the packets are not numbered, means we are not mentioning any sequence number. Those packets are randomly transmitted from source to destination. That means it will not means followed any order. So any packet can transmit at any time. They may be delayed or lost or may arrive out of sequence. So if the packets are not numbered, we have a random numbers are there, means random segments are there. So this is segment 1, means we are not mentioning anything. Segments, small segments. There is no number for this one. This is S, 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 S and S. All are segments only. So there is no order we will follow in connectionless services. So what will happen? Given though this is the first segment, we will transmit first segment as this one. Next it will transmitted. Next it will transmitted. Otherwise next it will transmitted. Or otherwise it will transmitted. So there is no order. Otherwise, even though if they are sent in a particular order, at receiver side, it is not required to receive the data in the same sequence, whatever the sender will send. Clear? So because of this, what will happen mean? Maybe delayed. Delay means some time gap. Maybe lost. So some packets may lost or may arrive out of sequence. Out of sequence means this is the order, actual order. This is 1, 2, 3 like that. But what will happen? It will be transmitted in a different order. In a different order. Clear? There is no acknowledgement. So there is no acknowledgement also here. So what is the main purpose of acknowledgement? If the receiver receives data correctly, then to understand by the sender, we will send a feedback. So it may be the positive one or it may be the negative one. The sender will understand my data is correctly received to the destination. That is called as acknowledgement. But in connectionless transport layer, we don't have any acknowledgement nature. We don't use any feedback. That is also one drawback in UDP. And the connectionless transport layer, here the protocol used is UDP protocol. That's why UDP is a connectionless. What is UDP? User datagram protocol. User datagram protocol. Now we'll see what is connection oriented transport layer. So this is quite opposite to the connectionless. So here there is no connection. In connection oriented transport, the name itself indicates it is based on the connection only. So that's why before transmitting the data, first we need to establish a connection. So what is connection? If sender wants to send any data, so first it will take a permission from the destination. So it will send a request to destination node. So if the receiver agrees, then only the connection is established and the data is transmitted from sender to the receiver. A connection oriented transport layer makes a connection with the transport layer at the destination mission first before delivering the packets. So first it will establish the connection before transmitting the data. So once the connection is established, then only it starts transmitting the data. And after all the data is transferred, the connection is terminated. So this is also will follow, because before establishing a connection means there is an understanding between the source device and the destination device. So both source and destination are connected. That means they are engaged each other. So after completion of their work, it needs to terminate the connection also, because if the connection is not terminated, then completely it will shows like a busy node. So other sources, other nodes are want to transmit data to this one. So they are in waiting state. So to give the permission to the other nodes, first it will terminate the connection, then it will allow the other devices. So for that purpose, in connection oriented transport layer, after all the data is transferred, the connection is terminated. So the examples for connection oriented transport layer are TCP and SCTP. So this TCP protocol and SCTP protocol are based on the connection oriented services. So in connection oriented transport layer, we will use the acknowledgement also. So feedback is also used in the connection oriented services. Now here we'll see what is the types of data delivery. So what type of data is delivered here. If you observe, this is represented a computer system of source and destination. Now, those systems are connected through an intermediate nodes. So, four different intermediate nodes are there, which are located in the network, that is called internet. So, through those four intermediate nodes, the data is transmitted from one system to the another system. So, if you consider a data link layer, so the first line represents the data link layer, and the second line represents the network layer, and the third line represents the transport layer. So node to node transmission, that means in data link layer what will happen means the data is transmitted from this system to first intermediate node, and from this intermediate node to second intermediate node, and from second intermediate node to third node, and from third node to fourth node, and finally it receives to the destination source. That means the data is transmitted from node to node. That is called as the type of data delivery. It means the data delivery in data link layer. So if you consider the host to host means here is the source system is there. So this system is called as host, and this system is called as destination. So directly from this system to this system without interfering any intermediate nodes, if the data is transmitted, that is called as host to host transmission. Now, what about process to process? Process to process means this system is having a different n number of processes, and the destination mission is also having an n number of processes. So, the transport layer is mainly responsible for transmitting the data from the process of one system to the process of another system. So, that is the different type of data deliveries in different layers of the OSI reference model. Clear? So this is about